Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're doing well. So I'm on with a really quick little video today, hopefully. I wanted to make some little dictionary definition embellishments to be able to put in my journals. Initially I found the word engineer and engine and engineering for my engineer journal, which yes, I do plan on getting on with shortly. My personal projects always get put to the side when there's more pressing matters. So I raided my scrap fabric bin and I found this piece of it's fabric on that side, but it's sort of plastic on there. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to use that anyway. I'm hoping my sewing machine needle will get through that okay and not die, but I've got that one ready to sew for my engineering journal. Now I have cut a whole lot more definitions out. So I grabbed this Webster's New World Dictionary and I love the colour of the pages. So I've only just started on the A's. So I just went down and read all the words and found any that I liked the sound of. So there's architecture here and I quite like that word. So what I do is cut it out with the definition and I cut above it a bit as well. So I get some of the words above it, but that doesn't matter because I want to leave a little area for me to sew around. You can, of course, tear these out, which I like the look of as well, but for this project, I wanted straighter edges. And then I just cut a bit off the end as well, still leaving a little margin there to be able to sew around. So I've got my little meaning. So, and I keep all the rest of the bits that I've cut out for any more words I might like to use, also for collaging. So I'll just put that to the side. And then I raided my bag of scraps. I went for brown for this one. Of course, you can use any colour you want. And I found some nice brown scrap fabric. And I just cut and ripped it about the width that I wanted. So if I cut it about there, oh, and throw my scissors, still clumsy. And I'll just cut this edge off. I kept all my threads as well and put them in a pile to use in other projects. I use brown quite a lot, so the threads will come in handy for some nature journals in the future. So I just estimate about how long I want the piece. About to there. And just fray the edges a bit. And make sure our little definition fits. I like all the fairy bits sticking out like that. So that's going to work. So I sat down last night and I did a pile of those. Now these look really cool just as is. But I thought maybe I would find something. I was going to grab some sort of different coloured book page to put behind here as well, just to make it a little more sturdy. And it'll be easier to stick down, and you could even use it as tuck spots or little cards that you slip into pockets then. But I was looking through my scrap bin that has big pages in it, and I come across these pieces. They were the front and back of some zoo sketchbook book that I pulled out of the recycling, and I really like the colour on that. So I'm thinking that we might use that to back these. So what I want to do is, of course, we need to ink them. I've got my ground espresso here because I would like to go dark for this project. So I'm going to need to go around the edges of all my dictionary meanings. Oh, that looks awesome. Like such. And then I think what I might do is, of course, it can all just be sewn together. you don't need to use glue. But I find if I try sewing layered things like this together, things move, and yeah. So what I might do is actually tack them together and then sew them afterwards. So I've got my Helmers here, and what I will do, starting to get a bit low, must go to somewhere and find some. I was going to say Spotlight, but it's so expensive there, so sometimes I check the cheaper gift shops and that, because sometimes they have it a lot cheap, like $4 cheaper or something, which is a huge amount. So I'll tack these on and then sew around them afterwards. Now what I might do is get a ruler. Just want to rip, because I'm thinking of doing ripped edges, but I should actually trial one and see whether I like it or not first. And I think they're going to look pretty good. So if I rip it about like this, I'm going to take this little edge off, although I don't, oh yeah, because I want ripped edges, so I will rip that off. And then I can tack that onto there as well, and then when we sew around it, that'll really hold it on nicely for us. So it would be like that, and then we'd rip this edge semi-straight if it's possible. Oop, probably not. Maybe if I do it on the flatter side. And then I just want to see what it's like if we ink around this edge as well, which I think I am liking a lot. By ripping the edges, there's more areas to cover with the ink as well, which I think looks really nice. So then they'll end up like that, and then I'll sew around them. So what I'm going to do, so I don't bore you to death, is go off camera, do all the inking and tack all the bits together and put them on the backing and rip it and ink that as well. Then I'll head off to the sewing machine and sew around it, and then we'll come back and see what it's like. So I've finished sewing around all my dictionary meaning embellishments. So this is my engine and engineer and engineering one. So I really love that. So I started off with a straight stitch. I'm not a very good sewer, but it really doesn't matter. And then I did try a zigzag, but my stitch was set a bit wide in that. So I could have made it narrower, but I did not like the way that looked anyway. So I decided to go back to the straight stitch. So that one's Acquire. Then we have Affinity, Animal, Acknowledge. So I love the way these have turned out. Appreciate, Accomplished, Act, Amber. I had to do Amber because that's the name of my daughter. Antique, Acanthus. I did a few of the botanical words. Angel, Amaranth, Admire, Alive, Acrobat and Acrobatics, Architecture, Adder. I did that one for myself because most people don't like snakes. Absolute, Abroad, and Alchemy. So I love the way these turned out. Of course, you could use any different coloured material that you want, and I think they would be beautiful to embellish envelopes, just pages, pockets, anywhere really. I think they're really nice. And because I used the book cover, it does have some writing and sort of pictures on it and that, so you could always stick something over the top of that if you didn't want to see that and you were using it like a tag or just slipped into a pocket. But otherwise I would just stick these down. I love the way they turned out. Nice and scruffy and beautiful. So quick and easy too. So a nice little project to give a go. So take care, everyone. Be good, and I will see you soon. Bye.